It's week 1 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Steelers and the Falcons, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday nights, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Brown with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the hay and let everybody try to chase you down.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 31, tight end reels in the shallow throw, and he's brought down after a short gain. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And he won't connect on that one. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down. Still scheme with the passing game. Caught along left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Arrives right, ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this thing. He's brought down, turn, gets far. So here are the Falcons. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the post. How he starts his campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
That's brought in by White. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the... New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll send their tight end right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Finds him over the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That hit at the 5, but the Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Go on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's second down coming up. Lone back gets the handoff. And this does not go far. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here's a throw. It's the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not in the first step. A big 34-yard pickup there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally field in the tone of this drive.
Here's a give up the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The end result there, 15th.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. They're throwing it. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain for them there, setting up 2nd and goal. They'll hand it to him again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers go up 6-0 here in the first. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the second time around.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. Now Boswell on to send this away. It's Jakeem Grant with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Throwing the out route complete. This is ahead for about 5. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down. Throwing, that's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and it's good for an Atlanta first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. And the Steelers go in nickel, third down. He'll throw it. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. It's a 21-yard gain, and the Falcons will have a first. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Working inside the red zone. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
The tip definitely broke up that throw. And 4th and 4 coming up. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing now, off play action. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Caught by Miller. And they're gonna bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Give now to the running back. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-3 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have it on second and short. Simple dive up the middle. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on third. Thrown off the play fake here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when
someone stepped in, it's intercepted! And the Falcons are gonna have it! And he's gonna hang on to that football. That's his first career interception!
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack. Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
3rd and long for him here. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Takes this one at the 40. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will take over possession. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That finds Miller, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And 4th and 4 coming up. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Dicker connects there. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Here's White on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Motioning the tight end left. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Has the connection to Jones. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate, you've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They'll get 6 on the run, but still need twice that now. 3rd and 12 coming up. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
58 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will take over. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. This one's quickly to Jones. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Back now, pressure on its way. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And he'll only get this to about the 17 before they take him down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll send him over right. They give it to him again. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down. Looking for a throw here. Cut out left. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To throw here on first down. That's brought in by Miller. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Steelers looking for a bigger lead before the break. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. Hauled in left side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up. Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 16. Taken in by Harris.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers' field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Dicker connects there, and that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. A final throw before the break. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Here's White on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Falcons offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They're down 10 as they take over. We've got a 13-3 ball game. Jones reels it in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
He stays up, but he can't evade that one, and they get him to the ground. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Dump off to his fullback. And he's brought down for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Looking to the air here. Complete beyond the marker. Give him 32 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. From the red zone now. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Brought in right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Kate, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source.
Touchdown, Atlanta! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Brown with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. There's a handoff up the gut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
First down, and they go right back to him.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Dicker connects there. And that'll double their lead to 6.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's White on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He completes it in traffic. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one gains 7. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pass play coming here. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Back-to-back carries here. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10 now. Finds a man right side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, they'll run. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll throw it. Cut out left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. On the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. They'll try it on the ground. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Falcons will have a first. Lone back gets the handoff. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Now looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Setting up a throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing once again on 2nd and 10. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Still sticking with the passing game. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Throwing it again here. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down. They'll throw it again. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Brown with a return here. He's got a lane up past the 30. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Airing it out to start this drive. That's brought in by Miller. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 36. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They go play action on first. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
He'll throw it yet again. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. He breaks a tackle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 42. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of sand, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fight's deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Here comes their offense out again. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw now. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here, and this time cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. He fields this at the 18. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Steelers looking like they'll start this season with a win. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Plowing up the middle. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They bring their tight end left. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. 1st and 10, looking to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun here. Trying to push it deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw. That's brought in by White. Still going inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. From the red zone now. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown, and there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Pretty easy to recognize the intensity on that 2-point try. Could have made it a 1-score game, but instead, Still a 10-point deficit, Brock. They're going to need a couple more scores.
They sure will. Means more than likely a couple possessions too, Kate. And we're to the point, if you look up at that scoreboard, there's not going to be many possessions left in this one.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And this kick is covered by the Steelers, who are going to go on to win this ball game. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the fourth.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.